Everybody. So yeah, we're working on text, being able to have 3D text and all that. And what I wanted to do today was basically be able to add a mesh, and then when I take that mesh, I wanted to be able to convert it from a cube to a text, and boom. And then I wanted to make sure that all the just goodness that is baked into the meshes is also baked into the this one. So like some things just are for all meshes, and like they can all be rotated. Uh, they can all be different types of materials. They can all have different colors. So let's try this. So yeah, the color works. They can all be animated. Let's try rotating it along the. Let's see, Y is up and down, so that would turn it like this way. So Z, I think, is would be, yeah, like, no, Z's towards us. Anyways, well, let's just do it. So what, pi is 3.14. Oh, we can see 0.14. Yeah, so basically it went all the way around. Um, 0. So let's do it along the y-axis. Um, so that seems the same. Let's try the x-axis and see if it 0 and then just go 3. So that's weird. Let's see, 3, 3, 3. It's interesting. So 3.14 is like 180 degrees. So 1.557 and then 0 and 0. Okay, so it kind of curved 90 degrees away from our. So 0, so yeah, it went like 90 degrees away. So let's make it like 45 degrees. So it's 0.8. We kind of close to 45. Okay, so now it's sort of moved up 0. So then we can move it to the left or the right. So let's try like -6. And then we could animate it. And so we can go over to the animation and we can have fun with that. Uh, let's see, can you see the whole? Yeah, so it should probably be like -7 or -16. It's gonna be really fast because it's going really far, and then make this like 5. That's pretty cool. And then we can go to the rotation. So we'll have it rotate along the x-axis. So we'll go 3.14. So yeah, just fold it all the way around because the x-axis is this way. So I'm going to make that back to 0. Let's do the y-axis. It's a little easier to kind of wrap. Oh, y look at. So y look at does not apply to this one. Y rotation. Um, so I'm going to go 3.14 on this one. Yeah, I find it to be easier to kind of understand what's going on um, in animated mode than I do like when I'm just doing it in there. That's pretty cool. Um, let's see, let's go to move it back along the Z. Let's have it just kind of go away from us. So like 8. Okay, that's weird. So it should be going farther away. Oh, it's coming forward. -8 is what I want. go to the X position and make it like -15. I think that is really, really neat. Maybe we'll play with the Y. Sorry, I'm nerding out here. 5, like 8. And we'll have it start at like -2, -3. So that is really cool. It is kind of weird on this because it's rotating along the C, it looks like, I think, to me. Which would be kind of a bummer because it probably should rotate along the middle. So maybe that is like another attribute that I can add is, and maybe everything's rotating that way, like the cubes and all that. You know, it's kind of hard to tell with the cube how it's rotating. So the Y is the one I think that's super obvious. So I'm going to move that back to 0 and 0. Move the X position to like -8 and -8. So it's kind of just staying in the same spot. I guess it's rotating. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so X or Y and this. Okay, so let's leave this guy at 0. Oh yeah, so it's definitely rotating along the far left border. So if I take this X and I move it over to -4, let's say. Yeah, as you can see, it's like kind of rotating along the C there, which is kind of probably not ideal, I wouldn't think. Anyways, I guess we'll go to the code. That is definitely a fish to fry at a further future thing. I can definitely use this. I think this is really cool, and I'm pretty excited about it. So let's see. So I made changes in the mesh interface. Basically, I imported the text geometry and I added this saying that an interface for a mesh can be a text geometry as well as a sphere or a box. And then I also had these supported meshes and I added the text geometry to it. Oh man, okay, I'm sorry, I have to try this. Let's make this a Fong. Okay, that's a good sign, and we'll just add a light. And that is pretty cool. Add another light. Add a third light. I think that's really, really neat. Now, the way I have things right now, you would not be able to kind of create a light that followed it because it's moving around and I only have linear animations. So this might be cool if like the light was floating around right in front of it. But anyways, that's cool. So then in the ThreeJS service, I had to import some new types, and then from ThreeJS, and then in the add mesh, I changed it, moved it. Last time I had it where it just created one automatically, a mesh, a text, but now I basically formalized it, and we always create squares. So if we add a new mesh, it's always a box thing. It's sitting on top of our light. So that is what it always creates, is a box to start with. So I don't know. A while back, I made the decision to support these on add, assuming that it's possible that would change in the future. Oh man, there's only 13 seconds left. So in update mesh, I pretty much had to do what I did with add, and I had to add the async to it. And then I created this, and so I could await the font being available before we do any sort of updating. And then, so an example of where this is very likely, if we did not do this async, if we didn't embrace this asynchronicity of loading would be during the two things scenarios that I've experienced is that we build this thing and then someone comes up with the bright idea. Hey, let's just open with an animation. That could that code to just open with an animation could very well uh, be broken. The it could try to run and create an animation with text before the font is loaded. The other place I can imagine it is during testing, and in both uh, um, the tests for like unit tests and in end-to-end testing, I could see that end-to-end because a lot of times you'll get like something that'll work locally because the network there is no network. It's running. It does make an HTTP call, but it's on the same page. And then once you're making actual calls to the network, things slow down. And then whenever, and then it'll like break one time, and then after that it'll work. And so it's just like when I reload it and everything works fine, and no one can ever catch it. But then it'll start breaking on end-to-end tests because end-to-end tests generally wipe out the cache before they move on. So then that's when, and a lot of times companies do end-to-end testing after they start implementing end-to-end testing after, and they start catching these things, and then you just argue for hours on whether it's actually a real bug, and it's exhausting. But anyways, yeah, so I added this code for on update. I made it asynchronous, and then I made it so that it'll create a geometry. I think Amazon's here. A text geometry if you've set it to text. So theoretically, I should be able to change this back to a cube. Yep, and now it's a cube. And I am so curious. See, I think this cube is rotating across the center, and then, but maybe not. Sphere. So you can't really tell when spheres are rotating. And then text. That is awesome, guys, or at least to me, it's awesome. And then I removed a couple console logs and um, added this matte option of text geometry. Although I do call, I always say, hey guys, blah, blah, blah. And I was looking at my YouTube analytics, and I have literally not once, according to YouTube, as a girl ever watched a single one of my videos. I've had like a ton of people watch videos. I mean, not YouTube ton, but like hundreds and hundreds of people have looked at these videos, at least across all my videos. There's been hundreds of people looking across, and 3.6% of them, which is the largest single percentage. So that kind of blows my mind that the largest single percentage is from India, and then 3.5% are from the United States, and then literally 93.4% of all other views are from other countries, and they're all broken up in like 0.5, like a 0.5% here, 0.5% there. So like Tunisia, Singapore, Taiwan, China, just it's crazy that how distributed this I mean it's not okay. So like I have 59 subscribers. So that's not a lot, but that's actually a lot of coders. And then like of all the people that have watched the videos, like less than two, it's like just a hair over 2% are subscribers. So so like you know it's wild that like not I mean I'm sure things are wrong, like it's not 100% accurate, but like not a single viewer. And then I was looking at my wife's, and hers is the exact inverse. So she has a ton. She's craftybymelissa.com, and she has a ton of and she has like 99.9% girls watch her video. Oh wow, that's cool. That you can actually see the 3D nature of it pretty well on the normal. But anyway, so my wife's is like the exact inverse. Hers is like 99.9% girls, and mine is 100% guys, which I think is hilarious. I do think there are a lot of girls who are interested in coding and stuff, but maybe they're not as interested in like 3D stuff. Um, there probably would be other things that they would be interested in. It's not really the coding that they're not interested in. It's more the subject matter. Um, and like because like for what my wife does, she does like she makes tumblers, and the thing is like and almost all the tumbler makers that do it the way she does it, where she puts epoxy, it's like really like technical, right? Like she's putting things on chemicals and epoxies and stuff, and she's like, oh, this has to be 2 hours, and this has, it's very very technical, like from a chemistry perspective, but she's not. But then there's like a whole nother branch of making tumblers that is called powder coating, where you put like electricity through it, and you have like uh, powder floating in the air, and then the powder, then the metal gets magnetized in it or something, and sucks all the powder in, and it becomes like that. And if you look into that, that's like 99% guys. So it's kind of like what I'm saying, like I think girls do like to code, they do, but they don't like coding this. And like guys like to code, and then this is the kind of thing that guys like to code. And guys like making tumblers and crafting tumblers, but they don't really like doing the epoxy and the paint and the glitter and things like that. And then they like to do powder coating, and then vice versa. Girls love to do tumblers, but they don't. But anyways, yeah, I know that's way off subject, but I just happened to notice that today. Um, anyway, so that was long. I think I'm just kind of pumped because I have a very good potential opportunity for an interview coming up, and I'm pretty excited about that. So, anyways, everybody, happy coding. Bye.